always loved Bill and Ted's Big Adventure when they called Socrates Socrates. Now, Socrates once said, "The unexamined life is not worth living." If he'd been a guitarist, he probably would have said, "The unexamined solo is just noise." Because here's the truth. Philosophy isn't just for toga-wearing Greeks arguing in dusty courtyards. It's for musicians grinding out bar gigs, questioning why they play, what they play, and whether they're making music or just making noise. Socrates and shredding. Now, Socrates never played guitar, but he sure knew about scales, moral scales, not minor pentatonics or Dorian mode or Mixolydian or those sweet Yngwie Phrygian licks. But here's the deal, man. Understanding the scales of moral behavior, understanding when it's right to treat your band members to a meal or kick them to the curb because they are no longer bringing the juice on stage. We can learn a lot from philosophy. If Socrates was your bandmate, he'd be the one stopping rehearsal to ask, "But why are we playing this chord progression?" It's very important when you're in a band to analyze what you're doing. Why are we doing this? What are we trying to convey with this song? Now, I can regale you with the story of a time where I had recorded a guitar solo in the original tracking session for an album. And I had tracked it on the floor live, right? And it was a good solo, right? Maybe not a great solo, but it was a good, solid solo. But then I had learned while I was on the bus that the other guitar player in the band had gone in and had taken a separate session and gone in to replace my solo. And I then told the producer, "Hey, well, when am I going to get a shot to come in and play some additional stuff?" And when we went in that tracking day, I said, "Let me hear what he did in replacement of my solo." And he played it back. And I said, "Okay, this is a double or triple tracked Boston style solo. But this song is about a guy who has trouble getting up every day and is kind of a slacker who likes to just kick back on the couch. So why is this Steve Vai-esque Boston triple tracked solo appropriate for the song?" It's not. So let me take a pass at it now with that in mind. Determining the message of the song is going to dictate what type of guitar solo works in this situation. And when I told the producer this, he went, "Oh, okay." The solo that had replaced my initial solo was not the right vibe for the tune. So I was able to go back in, do another pass with a personally selected amp that I had brought for that particular song, and the right tone and the right guitar and the right feel for the song, right? So stopping rehearsal, if you're in a band that's creating music together, stopping rehearsal and going, "Hey, wait a minute. Why are you playing that shreddy solo over this mellow tune?" It's always important to question, to examine what you're doing and determine whether it's the right choice. The unexamined life, the unexamined music. For musicians, the unexamined music isn't worth hearing. If you're just playing licks that are fast or flashy, are you really saying anything? Why do you choose that note, that tone, that phrasing? What are you communicating? And what are you communicating in relation to the lyrics of the song? I think there's a lot of musicians and a lot of people that listen to music that don't pay attention to to what the lyrics are saying in the song. To me, the lyrics are the most important part in addition to the melody. You know, a great melody will carry a song, but a great melody and great lyrics will make an average song incredible. And so then everything that goes into the production of the song needs to support that great melody and also contribute to what the lyrics are saying. If the song is flashy and over the top, then a flashy over the top guitar solo is perfectly in order. But if the lyrics don't reflect that vibe, then you need to rethink your choice. Know thyself, the ultimate musician philosophy. The quote from Socrates, know thyself. For musicians, know your tone, your voice, your truth. It's important to know your strengths. It's important to know your weaknesses. What are you good at? What are you not good at? That can also help you when you're practicing at home. Working on things that you're good at, that's not going to make you a better player. But working on things that you're not good at can take you to the next level. For musicians, know your tone, your voice, your truth. Are you trying to be Steve Vai because you love his art or because you're insecure about your own? Are you developing your own style by copying one player? The answer to that question is no. But if you copy 5 different players, perhaps even from different genres, then you can create something uniquely your own out of the amalgamation of all those players. The greatest players know exactly who they are. That's why one note from B.B. King says more than 10,000 from an imitator, right? Coming up with your own thing, knowing what you do best, and then when it comes time to shine, you do just that. You have to ask yourself whether you're on a session or in a rehearsal or on a live gig right in the middle of the gig. Why am I playing this? Is it because it sounds cool or does it support the song? What does it mean? The reality is you have to ask yourself and edit yourself as you're playing. Every note has to justify its existence. Now, here's another great quote from Socrates. I know that I know nothing. For musicians, the best players know there's always more to learn. People that think they know it all and have all the answers are not growing as players. I like to always say that I know nothing. I like to always downplay my own ability because I know my strengths. I know my weaknesses. I know what I can do. I know what I can't do. And that is the most important thing you can have. The best players know that they have a long path ahead of them. Cocky players peak early because they stop growing. Humility keeps your ears open and you're playing fresh. Stay humble, stay wise, and realize that there's always more to learn. The Socratic method, asking questions in practice. Socrates taught by asking questions, not giving answers. As a musician, ask yourself, why am I playing this style? Why am I playing this guitar? Why am I using this pedal? Are you merely copying the tone of someone else that you heard on a record in your youth? Or are you carving out your own signature tone? Why am I using this effect? Why do I have reverb on? Is it appropriate for the song that I'm playing currently? These are questions that are going to make you a better player. If you don't question yourself when you play, then what are you really doing? Ask this question. What do I want people to feel when I play this? What do I want people to feel when I play this chord? What do I want people to feel when I play this solo? What do I want people to feel when I play this guitar this way? Asking yourself these questions can make you realize that maybe this Yngwie Malmsteen Stratocaster is not the right guitar for this alt Americana track. Ask yourself this question: what is my tone saying about me? Now, Socrates was sentenced to death for corrupting the youth with too many questions. As musicians, we should be so lucky because questioning what you play, why you play, and who you are as a musician doesn't corrupt your art, it purifies it. So go out there, plug in, and play like a philosopher with 6 strings and a Marshall stack behind you, because the unexamined solo isn't worth bending.